What up YouTube, it's Misery Hates Company, and we finally have brand new updates coming from Netmarble about Marvel Future Revolution. Now, we just got Dev Notes number 8, which is actually pretty action-packed in my opinion. I'm very excited about the things that they're finally talking about. It feels like they finally broke their silence. It has been, I mean, geez, almost 3 whole months without anything from them, it feels like, and they came back with a bang. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. All right, so first things first, like we said, this is Dev Notes number 8. So I'm not gonna read all of it to you because that's just gonna make a super long video for no reason, so I'm just gonna touch on the really high points. So first things first is the Pegasus Base. Now they talked about this in their 2022 overview paragraph page that they did a little while back. So this is where you're actually gonna be able to, however far your main or farthest hero is, you'll be able to apply that progress to all your other heroes. So for example, my Magic has done all of the side quests and all the main quests. So if my Spider-Man, for example, knowing how much I love Spider-Man, hasn't done all those quests, I can go to this Pegasus Base area, location, whatever, and then be able to complete each individual zone and then each individual side quest. So it sounds like that's actually coming with this next patch, which is pretty exciting. They said the overall goal of this was to help with the development of your squad, which is helping us go into the next thing that they plan on doing, which is squad-based content. So that's what all the missions. They're actually also going to be giving us a additional supply storage, which is kind of nice. And it got pretty expensive to max out storage on all your different characters. There's not a huge issue with storage management, at least in my opinion. I mean, I guess you could hoard everything, but even I feel like I keep a lot of stuff. Like I keep all my badges that I need for either PvP or PvE, and then all my badges for the lower level in case they ever come out with a new hero and I want to level them up, which I guess I now won't need with the Pegasus Base now that I think about that. But anyway, they're giving us more storage, which is pretty nice. This is a huge one in my opinion, and I actually might do a complete other video talking about this because there's a lot to unpack here. Epic invasions. They talk about how they've done it 3 times so far, and they want to completely rework it. They want to make it more difficult, and they want to give us more promising rewards. More specifically, it's going to be a special battle badge, which they talk about right here towards the bottom. These special battle badges are going to be better, make it very clear, it will be better than what we can currently obtain in the existing Blitz, Omega War, or Dark Zone battle badges. I like this a lot, and I mean a lot. That's because battle badges, I mean, personally, I don't like grinding Dark Zone every single night for a chance at a decent battle badge, which even if I get a 6-star one, there's a very high chance that if I do get that 6-star badge, it's not going to have the stats I want or the cores that I want. Knowing that we now have a PvE way of, or PvP content that gives us these high tier battle badges is actually very exciting to me. That gives us what we've been talking about and what we've been asking for, which is a grindable PvE experience that actually is worthwhile. So I am very excited about this update. This is huge. They don't give a timeline as to when this new Epic Invasion will come out, but they do say that we ask for your high expectations and interest in the new Epic Invasion, and we'll continue to do our best to develop more interesting content. So the next little bit is existing content improvements. So we talked about new stuff, and now we're talking about existing content improvement. They talk about hero balancing. They talk about how they did the survey, which I think is a great way of at least a good starting point to develop a more balanced game. And then basically they're saying that these are the highest percentages of responses they got from the community on what needs to be fixed between Captain America and Doctor Strange. So basically making him more tankier is what they would like, they being the community. Captain America receives more damage in battle compared to other heroes, meaning an increase in basic health and strength survival skills is needed. And the next one here is skill accuracy rate increase is needed. So they're talking about all these different things that are needed that we have now voted on, and they're talking about that they are using this opportunity to develop a more balanced option for Captain America in terms of his build. Same with Doctor Strange. There's only 2 options they highlight here, which is the attack speed is slow due to long skill and ultimate skill animation. I would agree with that. So 40% of the people that took the survey would agree with that assessment. So that's something they're going to be focusing on. And the next one was improvements are needed in reducing ineffective specializations and granting more effective specializations needed during battle. This one is also, I mean, I don't main Doctor Strange by any means, but I use him as to farm. And his specializations are like pretty rough. I mean, it's a very obvious skill tree that you need to build to make him even remotely effective. It doesn't feel good either. So I think this one makes a lot of sense. So next up is the special costume improvement. I was a little surprised by this one. Basically, they're saying that the special word indicates that it is the highest tier or top level tier of a specific item. Now, they're saying that that it was observed that the skill level increase effect on the special costume set effect to be relatively less useful depending on the hero or class. Thus, improvements will be made. The special costume improvements will be adjusted for all hero special costumes. So I guess it's going to allow you to be getting a higher power is how I'm interpreting this. But okay. I don't know. I mean, I guess, so it talks about skill class increase. So I guess it really just depends on each individual character and the benefit you're getting from those special gear. So I think this is a W. I think that's good. It's just really making a higher ceiling for the end game for people that have those special costumes. But at the same time, I feel like, it gives you something to grind for that is worth it. So I like that too. PvP content balance adjustments. Now this is the one where I'm concerned. I'm gonna be honest, fully transparent. I don't know about this one. So basically, in short, they're saying that they are going to be balancing PvP content separately than PvE content. They identify that heroes are dying too quickly and they take too much damage, or they're getting one shot, which is pretty accurate. They're going to be adjusting it for Dimension Duels, Omega Wars, and Dark Zone separately. And that is concerning for a lot of different reasons. We're talking about separating the two different ways, like the two different main types of content between PvE and PvP. I think it's the right way of doing it, but I think this opens the door to a lot more mistakes if not done correctly. So I think it's a necessary change, but I'm very, very concerned into the length of time it's going to take to make it truly balanced. So I think they're listening to the community, which is good, but I'm concerned with just how things have played out in the past, that this one could be a bone of contention for us in the near future. So I'm optimistic, but also realistic in that I think this number 3 one is going to be an issue moving forward for a while. This one, I don't really understand why it keeps coming up, the battle challenge first clear reward. So it makes it a little bit more clear than what they talked about previously. So it's saying the very, very first time you clear the battle challenge, you're going to get a higher threshold of rewards for every 5th tier. I think it said. So it does say to get a good reward for every 5 stages of the battle challenge. But it does say at the bottom, as of now, the first clear reward is for new agents only, but arrangements will be made so that agents who have already completed the battle challenge will be able to acquire it as well. So it sounds like at maybe launch of this patch, they're going to be doing just the, it's only for people who beat it for the first time ever after the patch, but then the rest of us who have already done it will be getting it at a later date. It's a catch-up mechanic, but also not punishing those who have already played the game. So okay, I don't think this was an issue, but more free stuff is always welcome, I guess. Omega War matchmaking improvements and assists. So this one makes a lot of sense. Basically, if you join in with a party, you're going to be going up against other people that are already in a party or have equal power to your pre-built party. Makes sense. I feel like they've tried to fix this already. I don't know why, and I don't mean to be so critical, but I don't know why it's taken so long. They've said they've made this fix, and it just feels like it never actually happened. So hopefully this will be the fix for it. The second half of this is actually really cool. Makes a lot of sense, like I said, as well. Assist. So basically, if you do the majority of damage to a specific target, but you don't get that last little blow that finishes them off, you don't get the kill in its current state. Now they're saying you get an assist, so that way you get more Omega points at the end of the battle. This makes a lot of sense. I can't tell you how many times that I've blown someone up and then somebody else just did the final last little touch and they got the kill for it. It feels bad. But this is a good adjustment. I like it a lot. Responding to AFK players after entering content. Now, again, I am guilty of this as well when it comes to Omega Wars in particular, because it's just not balanced. So I have not enjoyed it, but I want to make sure I get my dailies done. So I do play Omega Wars, but I fight in the first few minutes and then I auto the rest of it. Basically, they're saying they're looking at the appropriate countermeasures will be taken for users who have not been playing after entering the content. I do wonder what that means for PvE content in particular, since most of it is auditable with the exception of, it sounds like, this new invasion, which I like a lot. So I'm very curious how that plays out. All in all, I do think that these dev notes were a huge win. I'm curious what the little rankings are. 75, 41, and 13. Wow. Okay, so the community also agrees. These are very, very good notes, which is awesome. I would agree. They touched on everything that we've been asking for, and if not implementing it immediately, it sounds like they're working on it right now to make it better in the future. So I like that. I think this gives us a little bit of hope to the game. I know that a lot of different content creators were talking about the game is dying. I am not one of them. I don't think that the game was dying. I think that it is just going through a rough patch in terms of identifying what its true future is going to be, and I think that these dev notes make it a little bit more clear. So I'm very curious what your favorite part of these dev notes are, so let me know in the comments below, and until next time, I'll see you later.